OK， 今天我们多了一个嘉宾啊，我们有一位美女在旁边啊，哈哈哈哈啊，这是我们家的千金 Emma 啊。为什么把她拉进来了呢？因为我前段的那个视频还提到了，就是艾玛现在利用这个春假时间呢，正好是这个有病毒，这个大家都在家里待着，都上网课的时候呢，她呢就利用她自己的这个写作经验啊，开了一门网课，主要是给这种小学的大概grade 4、5 4、5年级的这些小学生呢，能讲怎么能够creative writing， 就怎么写文章、写故事、写书什么的。他开一门网课，然后已经上了 how many days? 5 days。对，1 week。他已经上了好长一段时间了，然后5天1星期了，那好，大家都反应都很好。然后呢，我也打算把他这个讲课的录像呢，也放到我的这个 channel 里边。就大家如果想学，或者说尤其你们有小孩也是这个年龄想学习这个写作的话呢，也可以来去看看这视频。那么之后呢，我们可能还会继续，艾玛还会继续下面的课程讲这个 writing， 所以呢，我就来预告一下，然后我把艾玛拉过来，让她给讲讲这个 why you did that, why for what reason you do this kind of class.
So when I was little, about their age, about 4th or 5th grade, I had a really creative imagination. I would always make up stories when I was playing, and I one day decided to write it down, and that evolved into writing my own book.
You wrote a book?
Yes, I wrote a book.
What is it?
It is called The Diary of the Gold Rush. I published it on
Diary
Amazon
of the Gold
Kindle.
Rush.
Yes,
Okay.
historical. So I published that when I was 10 years old in 5th grade. And from then on, I continued writing all throughout now, where I'm in high school. And because of like everything going on, everybody stuck at home, I decided to put together a course for young students, like who are basically my age when I started writing, just so I can give them some insight and tips.
Do you think a grade 4 or 5 is ideal time to start doing writing?
I believe that you can honestly start at any time, just because grade 4 and 5 is when you start learning to use technology and writing and all of that.
Yeah, I remember you did that when you were at that age.
Yeah. But I believe like the littler you are, the more vivid imagination you have, and as you grow, that kind of like dwindles a little bit.
But if somebody too young, probably they don't have enough vocabulary, then
that's also true.
So grade 4 could be the right time.
Yes, I would say, especially if you're looking into publishing, which was something that I did, I would say definitely grade 4 or 5 or junior high is the really good time.
Yeah, that's how Emma started.
Yeah, that's how I started.
And does he talk about something about the class? How you like organize? Structure. How organize the class?
Yes.
Like what tools are you using for them?
So originally I wasn't going to do a class. I had a one-day webinar that I put on for about 30 to 40 students who are interested in creative writing. In that webinar, I talked about my journey and how I started from reader and how I went to writer. And then after that, a lot of them like were really interested, and so I was like, okay, I will put together a 1-week course because we're on spring break right now.
That's true.
So I decided.
We didn't do any promotion at the moment.
Yeah,
we just,
it was like a one-day decision.
Yeah, we just one-day decision. We just shared on like WeChat and say anybody who wants to take take part in this seminar, they can just come into the Zoom link, right?
Yeah, Zoom.
How many people joined that day? 30 of them?
For the initial webinar, I had 30 or 40. I think there's 40 people.
40 people
40
coming.
people.
Yeah, it's actually out of my expectation.
Yeah, I didn't expect that many. I thought just like 5 or 10, but
That's
a
true.
lot of people showed up.
And you really like it, right?
Yeah,
I
really liked it. So I was like, okay, I will put on a course because they all seem to like it. What's there to lose? We're all in quarantine. Might as well like do some entertainment. So I put together a 5-day course. To be honest, I didn't really know what my structure would be just because it was so rushed. I started off day 1, just brief overview of creative writing, stuff that I wish I knew when I was their age when I started writing. And after day 1, they all seemed to like still like it surprisingly. And they came back for day 2. And day 2, I had some techniques that I used, and these techniques were more geared toward junior high. So I was pretty surprised when they like picked up really quick and they were able to apply that to their own writing, which is really cool. So that was day 2. They came back from day 3. Day 3 was my personal favorite day. For that day, I decided to make it visual and to have a lesson on adventures of digital storytelling, which is basically taking your written plan and putting it all into an animation or a cartoon.
Do they do cartoon?
Yeah, they love that. Yeah. I received a bunch of very interesting, very creative cartoons from those kids, and that was really cool. I got that idea from when I was their age. I made a cartoon for my book, not the published one, another short story.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, hey, I had a lot of fun making that. Maybe they will too. And I was right. They loved it. That was probably the best day, the more interactive days that we had. But that was day 3. Day 4, or yesterday, we talked about how to begin a novel or a short story. So they had everything planned out. They had the characters, they had a ton of a visual to represent, and I talked about how to take that structure and put it back into a story, which is what the class was originally going to be about. So I gave them some tips, how to begin writing, things to avoid, and to be honest, I did not know that much about it before either.
I didn't know she is a good teacher at all. I didn't know
that either.
Yeah. But now I realize you're awesome. You're a really good teacher. Especially the kids, they like you so much.
They came back, which is surprising. I expected the last day just to be myself, but apparently not. So I didn't really know that much about teaching kids. I was more just a writer myself. So I had to do some research on what kids like. I asked them for suggestions and I applied that to the lesson plans just to make it more fun for them and not just boring school lectures, because nobody likes that, including me. Yeah. And then today was the 5th day and the last day. It was kind of bittersweet. I didn't realize how much I would miss having a class every day until we all said goodbye. We talked about how to turn your short story into a novel if you're interested in publishing it, all those steps. So we talked about that. And then we did some editing. I showed them how to revise their own work and introduce peer editing, which is pretty important for writers to do. And we also talked about how to end the book. Since we already talked about how to begin it, we have to end it, of course. So I gave them some tips and insights on how to do that. And at the end, it was, like I said, it was bittersweet. And surprisingly, the day before, my mom actually told me, she was like, one of the girls in your class said they really liked your class and the camp that you're doing, and she wants more. And I was like, what? I was so surprised. Really yeah, because like I said, I did not expect to be doing any camp in the first place, so it was a bit of a surprise. But now you're gonna
do some this kind of class later? Go and doing that, or what's your plan next?
For next, because so many people apparently want to hear me teach, I'm going to have probably a class going on once or twice a week, just because everyone's locked down right now. We're bored, just to teach them something while they're at home. So I'm going to have it once or twice a week, probably on weekends or either weekdays or weekends. And then that's going to focus on more of the dedicated writers who already have a short story, but they're interested in either publishing it or just to continue writing. I'm probably going to gear that course more towards the publishing route, which is the route that I took. So I have some experience in it. I can give them some tips on publishing and all of that. But yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna go in.
And probably we're gonna have some. We're gonna create a website.
Yeah, probably.
Put all the videos together, and also people can ask questions or comment over there.
I can make some question and answer videos.
So currently we don't have a website, but probably we're gonna make one. And currently, if you want to watch the video, probably you can follow my link. I will put a link in my description, so you can see Emma's channel over there. And also, if you have any comments here, just put down into the comments area so Emma can see that.
Yeah. Or any questions that you guys have? I'll try to get around to answer.
I know you are writing your second book.
Oh yeah.
Tell us more about that. What is it about?
Like the writing, I was not expecting to start a second novel so soon.
When did you start?
I forgot. I started it, I think, a week into quarantine, which is probably about a month
So you
ago.
are still in the middle?
It's kind of complicated, but yeah, I'm in the middle right now.
Okay.
This is my 4th draft of the same story, just editing, all of that jazz.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the story is about?
Okay.
Maybe you want to keep a secret or something?
No, it's so this story was inspired by all my recent reads. I recently got into the dystopian genre, which for those of you that don't know, it's basically when you take
I don't know.
when you take a story into the future, everything is like corrupted, climate change, a bunch of stuff can happen.
Science fiction or?
Kind of like science fiction, but it's more of a realistic fiction realm that takes place in the future.
Okay, so the future is very dark, like.
It doesn't have to be, but in most dystopian it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got into reading that type of book, and I was reading it, and I was like, why don't I just write my own? So I kind of like started brainstorming ideas. My first rough draft was really, really rough. Now that I look back on it, it's really bad. But I started writing that, and then I got carried away. I wrote my second draft was 103 pages, about 40,000 words-ish.
Okay, I know what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but now...
That's why you can keep at home without going out anywhere. Because you have things to do, right?
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend writing a book in quarantine. But basically what it's about, it's obviously takes place in the future. The government is, corrupted. Climate change has, overcome the world.
Is it caused by the virus or not?
No.
It's nothing to do with the virus.
That is my next book.
Probably can put a virus into it.
Yeah, that's
I know the virus is going to change everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
So anyways, the government, they have a new rule. They have to test the citizens. They have a new piece of technology, which basically if you input a drop of blood of anybody, it can tell you all the DNA.
There's no privacy at all.
Yeah, basically no privacy.
DNA,
Which is basically
I'm talking about the privacy
in
computer science.
Yeah, it's very common in dystopian, and that's kind of the genre that I'm in. So basically no privacy. The rich, or the community that it's called, the governor decides to make the test mandatory for all the citizens once they turn 16, which is the legal age for adulthood. Now it's 21, right? 18, 21.
You can drink.
Yeah, so basically for them it's age 16 because humans have the tendency to live shorter, so the average lifespan has decreased. So to get the most out of life, they decrease the adult age, I guess. So anyway, once they turn 16, they have to take this test, but our main character, of course, does not follow the rules. Her family has a history of being in the underground resistance, also known as the Live Rely Bond, by the citizens of the rich. And so they get out. This is kind of sparked by a chain of events, starting from a charm given to the main character by a vendor in the public square. And inside the charm, it opens up and it has a note it's a poem, a legal poetry that, encourages rebellion, encourages freedom. So she gets a note, and then she's like, this is not supposed to be here, it's illegal. But unfortunately, people already noticed it. They've alerted the government for no privacy, so they have no choice but to run away. She and her friend stand the most chance of survival in the woods, so they leave. They cut the tracker out of the arm. They have a tracker and everything. They run into the woods, and that's where I'm at right now currently. I do have a plan to end it, but that's gonna be secret.
Keep it secret.
Yeah, you guys should look forward to it.
When do you think you can finish the story and people can read it somewhere?
I finish it probably in a month because last time when I published a book, it was very rushed. I did not think I was going to publish it.
Can I be the first reader?
I mean, sure. So when I first published a book 5 years ago, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, long time.
My mom kind of did the entire publishing process for me. She did all the formatting and stuff. And I did little to no marketing on my book because I had no idea that it was going to be published in the first place. But now I know like it's not as simple as just publishing it and like leaving it to sit out there waiting to be discovered. You have to do a bunch of marketing beforehand.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get into that now because I haven't finished it yet, so I have time to do that.
Yeah, I believe the reader, the audience here today, probably can be your first batch of the readers.
Yeah.
Once you,
Once I finish it.
Yeah, we can do some promotion here as well, so they can be your reader. They can be your first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm probably thinking of having an author page set up because kind of like the website that we just talked about that's going to have all my videos up. I'm probably going to also make an author's page just for like me and like the books that I write. Some questions and answers going on there.
Yeah.
So I haven't set it up yet, but
we'll
you can look forward to
we'll do that. Yeah.
I would guess probably a month or two until the first book is released. I'm planning on writing a series.
Awesome.
Around 2 or 3.
Do you have any last words for the audience?
Just keep healthy during this time.
Keep healthy,
If you're bored, write a book. It's a great time killer. But yeah, just look forward to my new release in a month or so. And in the meantime, if you have kids that are interested in writing, check out the course that's going to be linked in the description.
Yeah, I will do. OK， 那我就 switch back to Chinese，OK？
OK。
这个再返回成中文哈，就是讲了半天啊，艾玛这个你挺能说呀你，你挺能说呀，这个你抢了我的基因了，肯定是。那么就是最后一段话，就是说这个如果你对这个艾玛的课程感兴趣啊，就是你也有孩子这么大，想学习这个写作。那么就可以去，一个是我们这个 channel 后面会 post 他之前讲的那几天的课程的那个 video 放到后面，另外就是等我们这个网站做完了以后呢，可以到我们网站上去看后面的后续的课程也会再登出来，包括艾玛的那本5年前写的书，还有他现在正在写这本书，现在写这本书可能还要在一段时间 publish 出来，大家可以去看啊，听起来好像还不错啊。我还挺想看的。好吧，先聊这么多，谢谢各位。One more. Okay, go ahead.
If you guys are interested in the creative writing, you can check out, like, obviously you already talked about the courses that's going to follow, but like I said, I'm going to have like a weekly class going on, so if your kids are interested in that, you can sign up for that as well. As I said, this is more geared towards like maybe a bit older kids, I'd say junior high or higher elementary, that are interested in writing a long novel. They have time and dedication for it, and ultimately will end up publishing it. So if your kids are interested in that, definitely check it out, sign up. Yeah. More information will follow, but it's definitely gonna happen.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please.